Okay, so we're going to be going over how to present yourself or introduce yourself at a tournament, whether it's for your kata, like without a weapon or with a weapon. So essentially, you have about 3 to 5 different judges in the ring, and depending on the tournament and the type of the tournament, those judges can be placed in different areas. Right, so sometimes you have 3 judges just sitting in the front of you. So you can imagine you as the audience looking at me as the camera, right? In front of me, I got 1, 2, 3 people sitting down in a chair, getting ready with a scorecard to show their score, almost like a gymnastics meet. Other times you have 1, 2, and then 3, like in the different corners. Other times you have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. So 1 in each corner plus the center judge, the one in the middle. At this particular tournament in April, I believe, if I remember correctly, you have 1 judge in the front, 1 judge on the side, and 1 judge on the other side. When you go to present yourself, you just need to talk to the person in the front. It's not necessary. Some people will talk to this person and talk to them all kind of moving around. You look really weird doing that. Don't do that. Not necessary whatsoever. Before you begin your kata, when they call you up, this is what you'll be doing. So I'm going to list it out in bullet points and then give you a little demonstration. So you'll state your name. My name is Jordan Diaz. I represent Shotokan Karate Academy. I will be performing Heian Shodan, for example. Okay. So you'll state your name, who you represent. It's not necessary to mention your instructor's name, but you can if you would like, especially for these open tournaments. So if my name were John Doe, my name is John Doe. I represent Shotokan Karate Academy. My instructor is Sensei Jordan Diaz. I will be performing Taikyoko Shodan or Heian Shodan or whatever kata you're doing. Okay. And then you can, to be polite, you can ask the judges permission to begin. Once you do so, you bow, you get into your spot, and you do your thing. Okay. So the way that the tournaments work is you have somebody that is performing, and then you have somebody on deck. And you'll see at this screen, or at this tournament, you'll see a big old TV on each mat, right? So you have a TV in the corner of the ring, and it'll say who's currently up and then who is on deck. And when you're on deck, that's when you're standing up, you're getting ready to go, maybe even kind of bouncing around a little bit, just to kind of get your blood pumping and get the wiggles out and get the nerves out. That's something that I enjoy doing. I actually don't even watch my competition because I am a competitor and I'm a fierce competitor. So for me, I'm no, I'm not going to worry about them. I'm going to do my thing. I don't give a darn about what they're doing. I am more focused on me, and I don't want to be intimidated by them either, right? But that's my only advice as far as a competitor's mindset goes. So let's say I was over here, and I'm on deck. So I'm actually standing and ready to go. Some people will kneel down, and they'll start like that. No, for me, I'm standing, I'm ready to go, all right? Let's say the person that was before me, they just finished. The judges gave them a score. They bow. They leave the judges, and then they come up. It is common for when this person is coming up, and then they'll turn to leave the ring. It's common for them to look at you, and then you both bow to each other as being respectful. So I can bow to that person. Now, if I'm the first one, then me bowing would more than likely me be bowing to enter the ring as a form of respect. So I'd bow to enter the ring. And then it's very common to walk along the outside or edge of the ring. You wouldn't just cross straight to the middle. So I'd start here, either bow to my competitor or bow to enter the ring. Same bow for both. And then stand at the head of the ring, bow, and I walk up to the judges. Now, I want to get close because I especially want that center judge to hear me. These tournaments are loud, so you need to be loud. So I would walk up to this judge, I'd bow. Judges, my name is Jordan Diaz. I represent Shotokan Karate Academy. I will be performing Taikyoku Shodan. Now, if you have 3 judges right here in front of you, then you could talk to all 3, right? But if you got one here, one over there, and one over there, that just looks weird. Don't do that, right? Just here. My name is Jordan Diaz. I represent Shotokan Karate Academy. I will be performing Taikyoku Shodan. With your permission, may I begin? There is no formal script that you need to do. Just state your name, what dojo you represent, what you're going to be doing, ask for permission to begin as a form of courtesy. And they'll wave, yes, you may, or whatever. You don't need to be like, wait, what'd you say? They're obviously going to say yes, unless they stop you for a second because some random kid's running across the mat, right? But they'll say yes. You bow, and then walk to your position where you think that you need to start to begin your kata. Because what you don't want to do, let's pretend this gray square, let's pretend this is the ring. What I don't want to do is step outside of the ring during my kata because it's typical to lose points that way. Now, these mats are big mats, so you don't need to be concerned about it. I'm just giving you a little bit of a heads up. Like, for example, if I'm doing Taikyoku Shodan and on my third punch, boom, Ki-ai, and that punch is like an inch away from that center judge, they're not going to be too happy, right? So you do want some space back. And then from here, I announce my kata, Taikyoku Shodan. I bow. And then I begin my kata. Okay, I finish my kata. I bow. And then I wait for that center judge to tell me what to do. Because depending on where you are, let's say there's a lineup of 30 people, and you are number 13 that's competing, more than likely they're going to give you your score right away. So you just wait. If you're amongst the first 3 people that's competing, more than likely what they'll do is they'll call you up, they'll do your kata, you'll finish, you'll bow. They'll say, okay, thank you. You walk away, and you go back to where you were, right, amongst all the other competitors. And then usually after 3 people, they'll call you up once more, and they'll say, okay, Jordan, come back up again, because now they got a good idea as to where the skill level is in this category. I don't know if that's something they're going to be doing in this particular tournament. I know that it's common amongst a lot of tournaments. And they give you your score, 7.5, 7.7, 7.3. Okay, awesome, you did great, And then afterwards, everybody's done their kata, or everybody's done their kata with their weapon. They'll call up all of the competitors. They'll have you line up, typically. And then, so you're there, you're waiting, you got all these people to your left and to your right. You're just waiting here, and then they'll say, okay, third place goes to Sally Johnson. Second place goes to Maria Escobar. And first place goes to Tiny Tim, right? I don't know. And you're congratulating everybody from there. It's typical for all the competitors to bow to all the judges and to thank them and shake their hand. I don't know if they're going to be doing handshaking now that COVID's a thing. But that's pretty much it. So I'll go through that run through one more time. Again, you want to state your name, where you're from as far as dojo is concerned, like karate school, and what you're going to be doing, and then ask permission to begin. Okay? So I'm going to walk away real quick. So they might say, Jimmy Johnson, you're up. Jordan Diaz, you're on deck. Okay, cool. I'm here, ready to go. Jimmy Johnson finishes. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Jimmy. Good job, Jimmy. You did awesome, dude. Okay. Come over here. Judges, my name is Jordan Diaz. I represent Shotokan Karate Academy. I will be performing Taikyoku Shodan. With your permission, may I begin? Taikyoku Shodan. Do your kata. Okay, did it super fast, right? Awesome. Way to go. Yeah, Jordan, you did it. Now, and then wait. They'll either excuse you or they will give you your points right away. And then obviously you bow to leave. Walk back. Don't turn your back like this. Judges don't like that. They find that very disrespectful. So walk back. Turn and look at your competitor who is on deck. Bow to them. That's very respectful to do. And then leave. Well, don't leave the the ring, stay within the ring until your division is over. That's pretty much it. There may be a time where, let's say, you're doing kamas or something. There may be a time where judges might ask to see and inspect your weapon. So, for example, now, obviously these judges are professionals, so they know the difference between a sharp blade and a non-sharp blade just by looking at it. Obviously, because these have holes in it, you're like, oh yeah, that's not a sharp blade. I know that for sure. But let's just say I'm here. Judges, my name is, and then, let's say, may I begin? That center judge may just say, can I see your weapon real quick? And you'll say, sure. So you'll come up, you'll hand them the weapon. If it is a metal weapon, don't do that, right? Don't have the pointy end go to them. Give them the handle first, right? And then they'll do the same to you. You'll take it by the handle first. If it's a bow, you could just hand the bow over like this. You don't stab them, right? It's common for that to happen, but it doesn't always happen when instructors want to inspect the weapon. There is a time where I was a judge, and I noticed that there was an incredibly sharp weapon used by an underbelt, or in other words, somebody who wasn't a black belt and they were younger. And us as the judges, we didn't feel comfortable with them using a sharp weapon. We asked that they go and they get it taped up, only because we didn't want the tournament to be held liable for any accidents, right? So that's pretty much it. Again, your name, your dojo, what are you going to do, permission. And that's it. No certain script or anything like that. You don't have to be super duper flashy for this tournament. This is the first tournament for a lot of people. That's pretty much how we do it. Good job, guys.